Hi, I'm back. Off for round 2. Hopefully we can do this in 2 videos and we don't have to do 3. I haven't adjusted the camera slightly because I realised that half of me was cut out of the other one, which I apologise about, but let's get on with it, otherwise I'll be doing a 3rd video. So Tuesday morning I got rid of my scale for a month. I left a message on Facebook and on my MyFitnessPal. I left my MyFitnessPal. I haven't counted or looked at a single calorie, and I count my protein the old-fashioned way, adding up with pen and paper. I've gone back to writing into my journal, repeating my positive affirmations and loving my body. My tool, my surgery, is still very much working for me. Look at this plate. Got visuals. Yeah, this is what I used to eat my meals from. This is what I now eat my meals from. Oh wait. Oh, that's where I was. This is where I eat my meals from. Portion sizes have reduced considerably, and in 3 weeks I've gone down 2 sizes in clothes. So I haven't given up, and I'm not making excuses to eat whatever I want. I have already spoken of this in previous videos, but I want to touch on it again. In February 2012 I was in a sanctuary for the suicidal because I was so low, life seemed unbearable. In March, I got to meet and work with the most amazing therapist I've ever worked with, and we talked a lot about my eating disorders, and I read a lot of books that she suggested, these being a few. You can see that. If you can see that with the light. Should put markers where I was. There is a common view in all these books, and that is, do not diet. Dieting is a playground and a field trip for Ed. He thrives there. He takes control. He manipulates you into believing what he needs you to believe, that you cannot do this alone, that you cannot take control and listen of your own body, that you need rules, that you need structure to succeed, that if you don't give it your all 100% of the time, you are nothing in this world. Anyway, to come away from all of that for 1 minute, I was not feeling able to cope with the changes needed to battle my eating disorder in March of 2012, as I was dealing with my suicidal thoughts, and that was my main concern. So I continued to binge and to comfort eat, to eat lots of sugar and bad fat and carbs and things that gave me pleasure and instant gratification. I do not hate myself for this behaviour, and I never will, as it helped me to survive in a time when I wanted to die. So I say to you, stop hating yourself for the choices that you have made. It's a waste of energy and a waste of time. Learn from it. Learn from your body and how amazing it is and works for you. Anyway, from March to October, I got 7 chest infections, and then finally in October I ended up in hospital with pneumonia. I had 9 lots of antibiotics in a row and ended up with thrush all over my body, and it hurt like hell. I knew something had to be done. The specialist at the hospital told me there was a possibility that I would be prone to chest infections my whole life, as there was a weakness on my lungs. I thought about the books and what they said about naturally thin people and babies and children that don't count calories or points or sins like you do in Weight Watchers or Slimming World. They lost my point, so which I have done many times in my life. Again, my weight has gone up and down, as the saying goes, like a bride's nightie. No, they don't eat that way. They eat when they are hungry, and they stop eating when they are satisfied, even if there's still food on their plate. I wanted to learn to be able to be in tune with my body like that. So in December, at my highest weight of 23 stone, 322 pounds, I watched this movie called Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead, about Joe Cross, and he was an inspiration to me. I have had the pleasure of meeting him a few times. I encourage you to watch the movie, follow his website, or follow him on Facebook or Twitter. I try to read everything he writes or talks about. If I cannot attend things, the public speaking that he does, if it's in another country, I watch it on YouTube from people that have recorded it. Anyway, I changed my diet from that moment on. I stopped dieting. I didn't count calories or point or sins. I learned to listen to my body when it was hungry, when it was satisfied. When I craved something I needed, I only ate wholesome food supplied by Mother Nature. Like Joe says, if you eat food made by people in little white coats, you will end up going to see people in little white coats. This worked out to be so true in my case. Not only have I not had any cold or flu or chest infections or antibiotics since October 2012, unless you count the antibiotics that I've just taken for one of my incisions getting an infection. If you want to talk numbers, I lost 57 pounds pre-op from January to October, and 10 pounds post-op in the first 2 weeks, as I didn't weigh myself last Friday. Weight was coming off slow, but I was feeling well and healthy and full of energy. I returned to swimming, which I love, and started aqua aerobics, which seemed impossible the year before. The weight is coming off faster now, that is for sure, as portion sizes are minimal, but I don't see why what I eat has to change. I do not have to count calories or diet or have a meal plan. This does not work for me, so I will eat the same as I did pre-op, but still get my protein in. I will weigh myself once a month like I did pre-op. I will listen to my body when it tells me it's hungry and when it tells me it's satisfied. When it craves something, I will listen. Don't get this confused with your mind or your emotions when they crave something. If you feel like you're craving pizza or cake or chocolate or ice cream, I doubt this is your body talking. Though you can crave these things when you're very tired and you're fighting for energy, but normally these food cravings come from deeper issues. Maybe you're tired, lonely, stressed, angry, worried, anxious, feeling unloved, uncared for. You might need comfort and crave the smell or the taste of these foods. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about when your body naturally craves for something, like mine does. Cashew nuts, almonds, avocados, tahini paste, a spinach salad with nuts and eggs. This is your body letting you know that you need nutrients from this food. In the 5 days I was listening to Ed, I was craving tahini paste and avocados, things I would regularly eat pre-op. I would not have them because Ed said not to eat them because of their high calorie intake. About a year ago, I borrowed a book from my therapist, who is also a nutritionist. The book was about 100 of the top most nutritious foods. Now, at the top of that list was tahini paste. I don't know all the stats, I don't have the book anymore, but it's simple to Google. This is tahini paste. there is one ingredient in this, and that is sesame seeds. It is chock-a-block full of nutrients and good stuff. It has loads of B vitamins, iron and potassium, and much more that I can't remember off by heart, but if you Google it you will see a long list. It is super high in protein, it's high in good fats, and yes, it is extremely high in calories. I have to stop it again, sorry.